I think, yes, we do. Good evening, everybody, one and all. What's the matter, James?
I'm just like, are we live yet? Are we, what?
I
Are we live?
Very warm welcome to everybody. Sorry about last week. It was one of those weeks where I had issues, Kieron had issues, and James had issues. So all three of us were struggling, so we just called it off. We're like, well, I'll let them tell you themselves, but I think mine was trivial compared to you boys. You were really struggling, you two, weren't you? But
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll let James go
back to
first.
normal here, thank Christ.
Yours was kiddie pox, wasn't it?
Yeah, my son had chicken pox, and
pox.
he did not take to it too well. Anytime you try to like give him, obviously he's sensitive skin already because he's got fair skin like his mum. He's a wee ginger nut. So when you try to like touch his skin to put like the cream on it or give him a cuddle or even change him, he would scream like blue murder, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, everything's kind of went back to normality. He's still a couple of chicken pox left, but that's him on the mend now. Thank God for that.
He's on the mend.
He's
on the mend.
Absolutely.
And Kieron, your problems have all gone away as well, haven't they? So
yeah, my wife had a bit of a reaction to medications we're on, and then she had another seizure. She was in hospital for 2 days. It's just medication. They just rebalanced it and changed it around slightly, and hopefully, touch wood, that's all it was.
I forget what mine was now. I think it was my mother's stair lift again. I think that's what it was. I was just like, oh, not again. Anyway, we're here now. Everybody, we are here. Let's say hello to people. Pulled and by, evening to you. The Vaping Snowman, good evening. Tam Dare, hello everyone. Hope you've all been looking forward to the show all day. I've been rocking a Solomon RTA V3 since I got it. Great RTA info. Yeah, it is good, the Solomon. It's good. Mick King. Oh, I've missed someone. John, the Vaping Joker. Evening to you. Mick King. Evening, Mick. Vapor Queen Becky. Good evening. Free Rider Vapor. Daniel, Spanner number 1. Evening, Daniel. I probably shouldn't say this live, but I believe Daniel's had the habdabs. So he's not been that well himself. The screaming habdabs. You're looking confused, Kieron.
Has he? He hasn't told me anything. He hasn't said that to me.
I mean, I wouldn't normally embarrass him on the chat, but, you know. Yeah, I hope you're feeling a bit better, Daniel. Nothing worse, is there? Take a crossword in with you.
What about the old chocolate rain?
Let's move on.
Sorry, Daniel.
Mark Trigwell, good evening. Evening, you lovely folk. Good evening to you. Vapor Queen Becky, I've said. Dean, Devil Vapor. Evening, Dean. Oh, Dean, you got the Artemis 2. I have been speaking to them. They're not sure when they're going to be producing it yet. So I don't think Dean's got the RTO as well and will be doing a review.
They have told me via Instagram not to do anything yet with it.
Yeah, so if you could not do the review yet until the product gets released, be eternally grateful.
Well, that's good because I've obviously recorded it, but I haven't. I still need to edit it and whatnot, so I'll hang fire until.
Yeah, hang fire until there's no point anyway. I never, even if I get stuff early, I never release a review until it's actually out. You know, I think that's the easiest way. You can always obviously say you've had it for some time, which is why you can do a review so quickly. There's not a problem with that. He's in chat as well. Look, evening, Kieron.
I am. Hello.
Yeah, there you go. Hi all. Who else have we got here? I've forgotten who I've said now. Mr. Intense. Good evening, Mr. Intense. Dean again. Vape Queen Becky again. Scrolling down. Trying to look for any new names. Vaping Snowman, I've said. Mr. Intense. Craig. I haven't said Craig. Evening to you, Craig. Neil Pitts. Good evening, Neil. Lee D. All mention shiny stuff. Yeah, that's it. I think we have got some new bits and bobs tonight, so we'll get into them as we go. Value Custard, evening to you. Exploring with Paul. Obviously, one of your friends, James.
Yes, that's the vaping mank. That's the vaping mank.
Is it?
It is indeed.
Oh, okay. Does he change his name?
Yes, he's doing that, and he's also doing Rate My Beverage now. So he's like trying alcohol, like alcohol reviews and beer reviews, all that kind of stuff.
Right, I didn't know that.
Doing very well.
Didn't know that. Curly Chew, good evening. Caden Kimbo. Who's Caden Kimbo? That's a.
Kieron Kimbo's a sarcastic person.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Just ignore him. He might go away.
Ignore him.
Yeah.
I'll bow to your knowledge there, Kieron. Value Custard again. Vaping Baking again. Stephen James. Evening, Stephen. Dion78. Good evening to you. Lynn. Spanner number 2. Evening, Lynn. Rasper. Yeah, Daniel says good evening. That's probably before I said what I said. Who else have we got there? Joker, Value Custard again. Lynn, scrolling through. Oh, Daniel's laughing. That's right. Took it in good humour. Graham Spears. Evening, Graham. It's not something I would normally share. No, absolutely not. And he said he was all right by the time he spoke to you, Kieron.
Yeah.
I see. Well, let's just ban Caden Kimbo. Goodbye, Caden Kimbo.
He's already gone by Daniel.
Oh, is he? Right, okay.
Good man, Daniel.
Daniel's on the case. Graham, I've said. Rasper, I've said. I think that's probably all, isn't it?
Black Cat Vapor.
I'm nearly
Gaz?
Flat Cat. Oh, there he is. And Boris above him. Evening, Boris. Flat Cap, Eden Flat Cap. I do hope Prince Andrew paid him millions to let you cry like by girl. Yeah, oh dear. And there's some funny things in the news at the moment. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I said briefly before the show, if I was not guilty of something, I wouldn't settle out of court. So what does it say? Really?
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't. I'd lose everything I'd got before I settled. Anyway, by the by. Lynn, I've said I think. Lynn, Mike Haynes. Evening, Mike.
Evening, Mike.
Exploring with Paul. Oh, we've said that. I'm going to have to get used to that now. Who that is. For people changing their names. Flat Cap again. Right, I think I'm there. Yes, I am. Value Custard, I've said him. Whew, that seemed like a lot tonight. There's a lot of chat in there. Anyway, who wants to go first? Who's got something new they want to talk about?
Go on, James. You can go first.
Okay.
I can see it itching.
No. I have been kind of gushing over it all week, and my wife's sick of hearing about it. So I'm on the new Valkyrie Mini, and I've got it with the 28 base on there. It comes with a 30 as well, and I've got it sitting on top of the Wrinkle Mantle Beast because it's the only device I have that is big enough, like regulated at least anyway. Inside that, I have got some Yeti candy cane. It's quite nice. I'm also on the Nautilus GT on the Disruptor, and I've got some Frost from Element 5mg Nick salts in there. And that's me.
That's you?
That's you. Over to you.
Is it me next?
Yeah,
I'm on the Indican Scepter Tube mod. It's just arrived the other day. And then I got some Simply Leaf Picano tobacco, which is peanut custard and tobacco. It's really nice, actually.
That sounds all right, to be fair.
It is quite nice. It's more peanut butter custard than tobacco. It's just a hint at the back. It's not really a big tobacco flavour. I'm on the new Atemporal RTA from Vape. Just arrived the other day as well. Yeah, that one.
That pinky
I've got a little gift sent to me as well from Daniel in chat, obviously. It's going to be the new, I keep saying it wrong, the Valhalla V2 Micro RDA, 25mm.
Go on
Same
then.
design as a Big Brother, but just a smaller version.
Go on then.
I mean, Micro 25.
Go on,
Yeah.
give us a pull.
Go on then.
Give us a
Go on.
pull.
I've got, believe it or
Give
not,
it a
I've got a
rip.
dual coil. I've got a dual coil in here. It's coming at a 0.17 at 65 watts. I know, for me.
That's
Really good flavour.
That's like
Really-
you getting off a moped and getting on a 650 Kawasaki
I know.
for you.
That's not like me. Really, really good flavour.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was sent over from Daniel for me to have a little play with. So big thanks to Daniel.
That was nice of Daniel, wasn't it?
Was indeed.
Yeah.
And then also my usual Cthulhu, always my Cthulhu with a new panel on the back front. Change the
Ooh,
panel.
very nice.
That does look nicer. I like that.
It does. I like it. It's on both sides, sort of semi-transparent on both sides. Really
Yeah.
nice. And a little go-to-work thing. Got the Bantam box.
Little Bantam.
Yeah, in my pocket. Just go.
I think
Nice and simple.
my Bantam is downstairs. I think I don't use it much now, to be fair. It's the 18350 is.
But see, that for me, going to work, does me for the day. Because I don't vape too much at work. And that's fine. Just in your pocket and go. On to you, Mark.
Well, I'm not really on much tonight. Really, I'm on the Mod 2 as always with the dope inside the Ed dope. I think I'm on the same flavour on everything. No, I'm not. That's a lie because I'm not on this one. I've got the Artemis 2 still that I've been enjoying when I fancy a direct lung. I'll blow it all over the screen like Kieron did.
I'm in a corner, so I can't help it.
I've got the green screen on, so it looks funny anyway.
My
The
wife's at
Artemis,
work. She's going to come on and find it all cloudy in here when she comes back. She's like, what's going on?
Artemis 1 with the single coil one, which is available now. That's on the site. And other than that, that's it. Apart from, I don't know if I can say it on here. Over the months, how many times have I gone about pods and stuff like that? I'm just glad that Roy isn't here. I really am, because I would get so much fun.
Yeah, but it's not disposable, is it?
It's not disposable. It's not
No,
disposable.
it's fine.
I'm actually on two of them. The Oxford. One of them, if you know, I don't know if the light is shining badly. One of them's got the version 1 pod on, which is this one here, the dark blue one. And this one's got the V2 pod on, the newer pod. And I don't know I know you've got the V1, haven't you, Kieron? But I don't know if anyone in chat has got the V1. I would describe that as probably better than most, but not exceptional, not something I'd want to keep. But the V2 pod, unbelievable, in my opinion. Unbelievable. I'll say it now. Best pod by a country mile I have tried. Yeah, that's a massive, isn't it? Massive statement.
I'll say something.
I've used it all week. In fact, I've used them both. I've got 500 and... I don't know if you can see the puffs. I'm going to prove this because I just don't use... Come on here. 522 puffs on that one. More on this one. 3,930 puffs.
I think he likes it, Kieran.
I've got to say, fuck you, you're hitting that a lot, aren't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the 0.8 ohm pod. They do two, a 0.6 and a 0.8. This is the 0.8 in here, but the 0.6 is good as well. And I've got my 9 milligram blackcurrant raspberry and lime, so it's not the right bottle, but it's that flavour, blackcurrant raspberry and lime. I've mixed up to a 60-40 juice, 9 milligram strength, and it's absolutely, the flavour I'm getting from this is astounding. Really is. Just, I never thought I'd say this about pods. So I was, before the show, I was like, so I talk about eat humble pie, but you know, if it's good, it's good, and it deserves to be, you know, for me to say it's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So has anyone in chat got this Oxford Slim Xlim, XLIM. And especially the V2. And if you have, what do you think of it? Because I think it's
A few Caliburn G pods. I've seen. Paul was obviously exploring with Paul. Mr. Mank himself has said Caliburn G pod is his kind of go-to.
Right.
And it is honestly, anytime he sends like little videos to me, like asking how I'm doing, it's like he's literally got the Caliburn hanging out of his mouth.
Has he?
He loves the Caliburn.
I haven't tried that one, to be fair to it, but I've tried a lot, an awful lot, and they're all they're between in the bin or gone right away from it, because I try them and I think, I can't vape that. But this one, I know normally we talk about rebuildables more than we do anything else, but this is how I've been using. So I've got a V2 pod here set up, ready, and they are interchangeable. So I only put it on to show you guys tonight the difference. So I've got two.
Our Danielson, he's got the. Is that Cross? Would you say that's Cross too? Yeah, Cross Mini, both the V2 pods, one with the 0.2 and one with the 0.8.
Yeah, that's the ones I use them quite a lot. The Cross ones, I must say.
Well, Oxford normally send you stuff, don't they, Kieron? So
they do. I'm surprised when they get one. Maybe it's stuck somewhere in Netherlands. You never know.
If not, I am stocking these as well. They're in stock. They're on the site because normally I won't stock a pod. The last pod I stocked was the.
Just Fog It.
What was that?
Just Fog It.
Yes, the. What was it?
Minifit, isn't it? Something like that?
Minifit. It was the Minifit, and at the time I thought that was better than most out there, so I stocked it. Yeah. And I haven't really stocked. No, I haven't. I haven't stocked one since. So that's.
Did you do a rebuild review on that one? We rebuilt the coil in it as well.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I did. So I mean, I will be pulling the coil apart on this one, Kieron. When the pod finally packs up, I will. And it hasn't yet. I mean, you're talking about. It's not disposable, so I'm happy on the battery front. That's a massive thing as well. So. Yes, all right, you've got that as a chuck away bit of plastic, but that's not so bad, I don't think.
No.
And you're looking now already, like I say, this is the same pod on here for nearly 4,000 puffs, and it still isn't tasting funky, nothing, no leaks.
It's quite a nice looking device. It even has a screen. Not a lot of pod systems these days do have one.
No,
absolutely no moisture in there whatsoever. Yeah, you've got right. It's not like a sales campaign, but you can either press it 4 times. It's locked, so it doesn't work, but it does. You can still use it on the old
auto draw
sucky hoogie. You've got. Variable wattage, 16 watts. If you put the 0.6 ohm pod in, it will go up, I think it's to 22 automatically, so it reads the coil. So you can't even get that wrong and like have it on too high wattage, put the 0.8 ohm coil in and burn it. So you can't even get that wrong. And a USB-C charger at the bottom. What more? And variable airflow on a slider.
Yeah.
On a slider on the side. What more can you ask for? Fantastic. 20 quid. Trust my word, buy one. When have I ever said buy anything? I don't do it, but it really is that good. I'm astounded, honestly. So if anyone buys one and they think I'm wrong, I'll give them the money back. How's that? Can't say further than that.
Can't say further than that. No, absolutely.
Somebody says, "What more could you ask for? Does it shine your shoes?"
Shine shoes. Yeah. Well, did anyone say that they got one or not?
Well, I've got the original, obviously.
Just a lot of chat about the Caliburn G, and Dispergo's in chat. So hello, Dispergo.
What's that, Josh? Or would it be not Josh? What's his name? Guy who works with Josh. Anyway, if it's Josh, evening Josh.
Josh, not Herb.
Don't know.
It's Josh, not Herb.
Anyone? No, I'm scrolling through chat. No, I don't think there's. I can't see anyone that said
The
that.
Caliburn seems to be very popular. I've never tried it either. The Caliburns. Never had any.
Because
Any
Jay
of them.
has offered to send you his mark to try.
Sorry, say that
Caliburn.
again.
Jay has offered to send you his Caliburn to try out.
Oh, it's Jay. Evening, Jay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Jay. We'll do a swap. I'll send you one of these. You send me the Caliburn. Yeah, Daniel's comment there. Yes, Caliburn. A lot of talk about the Caliburn. Honestly, Jay, trust me. You like what I like normally. You'll be astounded. You really will. Yeah, Caliburn's popular, isn't it? I didn't think it would be.
Yeah, it is a popular one.
As that. So you've tried that Caliburn then?
I've never had.
I had a couple of puffs of one of my colleagues. She has one, and yeah, it was decent. Yeah, I was expecting it to be
Hang
lackluster, and I was quite surprised by it.
You had a couple of puffs off one of your colleagues during coronavirus.
I put a mouth guard on it. We've got these little silicone mouth guards that you can put on the devices, and
you hung yourself there, James.
I have to do a test every 4 days, and I've been clear so far.
That's all right then. Right, I will just address this. Paul Best, has Jackson Vape left the channel? Yes, he has. Yeah, he has left. He decided he wanted pastures new. He went for a drink in the North Bar, and he's gone. So, yeah, we wish him well. There's no hard feelings between Mark and myself, Jackson and myself. But yeah, he's on to whatever he wants to do next. But we appreciated the time that we had him on the show. It was good. So that was that. Yeah, that's right, Rufus. That's right. £18 with NV10. I mean, that's two. Well, it's not. That's less than 2 packets of fags because they're over a tenner now, aren't they?
Yeah, some of them are. Yeah,
and it's not disposable. I just think. Put it this way, if these would have been available, when did I start my website? Was it about 2013, 14? If they would have been available then, I wouldn't have the massive website I've got now and all that route we went down the mouth to lung route, etc., trying to find, something that would work half decent and not leak juice everywhere. And be such a pain.
You see, I've only found we're obviously talking, like everyone in chat's talking about the Caliburn. I've only seen one negative. It says the coils are good, but the pods are shit. They snap all the time. That was from Lee.
Well,
that's the only one negative. Everyone else has been like great, fantastic. And that's the only negative I've seen so far. Something to look out for everybody else.
The earlier pods on this one, you pulled the black cap off and filled it from the top. You'd be familiar with that, wouldn't you, Kieron? Let's see if I can pull that. Don't know if I can get. I did struggle to get it off the first time. There you go.
Just snap it forward; it comes off easy.
So you fill it. If you can see, come on, camera, from the top there. But they had the odd one that leaked. I think that wasn't every one. That was just like 1 in 50 or something leaked. So they redesigned it. And the second one is now filled through a little bung on the side there. You flip the bung out and fill it from the side. And as you can see, look, one tiny little drop of moisture. But nothing. Dry. Well, all I've got to do now is find it, throwing it on the floor. I got it. And away we go, 16 watts straight away. But they're dialing the airflow in as well.
For you.
Sorry, say again, Kieron?
It's always nice when these devices set the watches for you, stops you burning out the coil for someone who's new to them. It's always good.
Yeah. I'll send Mark a brand new sealed one. Oh, thank you, Paul. What about that? Got my address, I'm sure. Not hard to find. The original Caliban is great, good for alternative in the car, great flavour, pods last as well.
So does the Caliban not have a screen then, from what I'm reading? Doesn't have a screen on the Calibans?
I think the
Like
A2 does.
Because it's saying like the Caliban G2, I don't think it has a screen, does it? From what I'm reading. Right.
No, I think because the first, like, again, chat, I've said I don't do pods. I'm just doing this from memory. I think the first one was like a draw system, automatic draw.
Right.
Second one had the button, and I think the A2 is the one with the screen. I could be wrong. Like I said, it's just by memory from what I've seen.
Okay.
Raspberry
and they also kind of went backwards. So they did like the original Caliburn was like your device, Mark. You threw the pods away with the coils in them.
Yeah.
The G is replaceable coils inside a tank.
Right.
And then with the A2, they went back to like the original Caliburn recipe. They went back to the throwaway pods again.
Right. Rasper's comment, put it on the screen there. The original Caliban is great, good for alternative for in the car, great flavour, pods last well. Really good point. And to be honest with you, one of these will be going in my car, in the glove box with a 10ml bottle of juice, because you've got everything you need, haven't you? You know, if you're, and I've done it before. I've taken an RTA to work something like this, and I've my work is doing work on cars. I've put it on the roof of the car. It's got knocked off. It's smashed the glass. I've got juice everywhere, and I've got no vape for the rest of the day. But if this was
issue out in panels,
if this was in my glove box, I'd be all right. Wouldn't I? Just charge it. I've got a USB port in the car as well. Even if the battery's flat, I can charge it up in no time.
My one problem with the pod kits is when I take them to work, I can't take them into the kitchen because it gets too hot. The liquids get more runny, and sometimes they leak in the heat. With the heat of the kitchens.
Yeah.
You got a high VG, but it's in a hot kitchen, it gets more runny, and sometimes they do leak. So mine's always in my locker, never in the actual kitchen itself.
Yeah.
Just because of the heat.
I haven't obviously had this in the heat of the summer yet, so I can't comment about that. But normally, and I've sat one down for a long period of time as well, and like this one here, I probably shouldn't name and shame, should I? But this OFRF one, which is decent to be fair, it was all right. I haven't vaped that for a couple of weeks. Let's find out. Yeah, it's a bit spitty and a bit. It's not.
Crazy. I could hear some gurgle in there. I could hear something not firing right.
There's a puddle, boys and girls. And that is the trouble with a lot of them, isn't it? That is the trouble with a lot of them.
Well, at night time, if I'm using the pod, I'll take the pod out of the device and put it on the side. I won't leave it overnight inside the device. Yeah. Just so I never do. I always take them out. It's like I'm one of these people that I don't leave my RTAs on my devices. I unscrew them all, put them to the side. I normally would as well, but I haven't. What I'm saying, I haven't as yet had that happen with this one, which is a good thing. Rufus, like Jackson. Yeah, we all like Jackson. But times change. Value casters went for a drink in the North Bar. What does that mean? Went to Blackpool.
I love this picture. It's actually value custard.
It's an old speech I made a long time ago, which I don't think I'll dig up now. But yeah, okay. I'll move on. Perhaps if you email me, I'll explain to you something. If it really gets to you and you want to know. Magoofa, MVP pod is better. Haven't tried MVP pod. $14.99, crikey.
No, the MVP pod, it is a good one, the MVP pod. I just don't know why they called it MVP, because it just doesn't suit it. It's a pod kit. It's nothing to do with MVP.
And I presume
it's about the same size as his Bantam box, maybe a little bit thinner that you're holding in your hands, but that size.
Yeah, Bantam box. Do you know what I've got inside here? It's not even a bridge. I'm using the
Aspire?
The Nautilus. Yeah.
Aspire.
Nautilus
yeah.
Lovely. Perfect.
Paul's never had any leaking issues or problems with the Caliburn. Oh, I see. McGoofy, if you want a cheap one, same thing, just not got a screen. Yep. Russian invade. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. I don't know what that's all about.
Always, yeah.
Good evening, Guy Stewart. Evening to you. Late on parade, but you're here. That's the main thing. Oh, right. Yeah, that's Jay has put his comment there. Don't really need a screen. Yep. And no, you don't, I guess.
No.
If you got one, you got one. That doesn't really. It's not a deal breaker, is it? I suppose. I'd tell what's that? I'd take Mart over a screen on a pod. Mart.
Daniel doesn't like Nautilus coils, does he?
No, he doesn't. No, he's not.
I don't know what. I've always loved my Nautilus coils. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's one of it's been going as long as I've been vaping, and I've been vaping a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I've been vaping Nautilus coils for years.
Yeah.
Mike's internet crashed. Good job, mine.
Because I'm using the more restricted direct long one. I've got the 0.4 in this because I'm trying them all just to see what one I like. And so far,
I've got the 1.8 in here. This is why the battery lasts all day.
That's the one I prefer. So far, the one you've got is the one I prefer.
1.8 is probably the best one, I think.
Mike Kane, I gave one. Oh, there you go. I don't know which one he won, but he won one and gave it to a pal that come off the smokes. He loves it. Well, that's a win-win, isn't it? You know, you've helped someone stop smoking, which is, you know, it's massive, Mike. Brilliant. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that Daniel's backside? Oh no, it's that's little emoji on there.
You don't know.
That's his toilet. What his toilet said about him.
Oh dear.
See, Lee's brought up another one that bans him.
Which one's that? Is that the Innokin?
That's the Scepter tube.
Right.
It's only got 2 power settings, but it's really good actually for flavour and for someone just starting. Yeah. Not something I would vape all day, but yeah.
I think he meant AVC. Guy Stewart has asked.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got 2 from you, but it came with one. It's an E-Fest. Purple
E-Fest in there, is it? Yeah, you want the either the.
I've got them.
Excel.
I've got them for you. The 2 black ones with the charging.
Yeah, we've got the other ones now. The they're still 11, either 1,000 or 1,100 mAh. I think, Guy. If you look on, you'll find them on the site. We've only got 2 types, and either of them are fine. The E-Fest are okay, but I think they're only a 900. I think they are. Aren't
they? That came with it.
Yeah, they're not got quite as much power to them, but not bad. Bantam box, Dovpo coil adapter for Caliburn coil, all sorted.
Yeah, I think my when I bought mine, because I bought that one, it came with the Nautilus one. It's about 3 different adapters for different coils. So yeah, I think it's the EUC ceramic coil adapter as well. Whether that was an old one.
It's a Vaporesso coil.
It's very personal, is it? Yeah, but I've only used the Nautilus.
It went in the Taro mini tank. I can't remember the name of it though.
And then this one, I got my Neo RBA, which I'm still playing around with before I do the review.
I think I've rattled Daniel's chain, not toilet chain.
If you scroll down further, you'll see a lot of you'll see middle fingers. There's a Simpsons one in there. And it goes all along the spectrum.
Boris, has anyone heard from Roy since, dear chaps? Yeah, I've heard from Roy. Last I heard, bizarrely, he was going to be selling pods, I think. He said he was going to send me one, but he didn't. But yeah, Roy's all right. Roy's fine. As far as I know, he's in good health. Good health. Right, Cheech can't help himself. Okay, I'll just let that one go. We'll ride out. I've caught up with chat. What about that?
Makes a change.
I have caught up with chat. So I don't want to wreck your review, Kieron, but you've got, how do you pronounce it?
Atemporal.
Atemporal. Right, okay. You've got, when did I get mine? Saturday, I think, and I haven't had a chance
So do you know the history behind it, though?
No. Go on, then.
Right, the Spanish Flayer is the Mind Flayer is a Spanish company. They did the Atemporal RDA about 2 years ago. They've done about 3 RDAs. There's also a Atemporal juice range
Right.
that you can't buy in the UK. You can't get it here at all. And it's a bit like they designed it and Dan Vapor producing it for them. Basically, It's their design and Dan Vapor just producing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said to you early on, I've been enjoying the flavour. Just like I said, I've only had it 2 days, so
Let's see if we can zoom in a bit, shall we?
zoom in a bit.
Zoom. Bomb. That'll do, won't it? Close enough. Let's have a look. Start with the top. That's on a bayonet. Yep. I wanted to get a coil in it ready for tonight, but I haven't had time.
No time like the present.
I haven't got one here,
Yeah.
James. If only I had.
He's got all those coils and he hasn't got one. Oh, is it a push fit? Well, that's like Steam Crave territory.
That is a bit steam.
No, like
crave, isn't it?
pushing the deck in.
Yeah, and it's a gravity fed.
Gravity
RTA,
fed
just
through
down.
those 2 holes. Well, me covering it up, but yeah, through 2 holes down there. So I don't need
Is
to
that
take the top off. Isn't there an extension as well, Kieron, in there? To
There's
make it
2
bigger?
extensions. One takes it to 4 mils, and one takes it to 6 mils.
Is it? Right, okay.
You get a larger straight glass and then a larger bubble glass. You got the little adapter inside the bag to screw onto it to make it hold a bigger glass.
I love decks like that. It doesn't matter what way your coil's wound. If it's clockwise
No.
or counterclockwise, you can just get it and you're no bother. I love
And
decks like that.
Spring-loaded clamps. When you screw it, it just pops up.
I was looking for a screwdriver. Would you believe I can't even... Oh, what's this?
And there's a screwdriver in a box.
Everyone in chat, this is him genuinely unprepared.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
And I was going to ask, like, obviously on the top of the chimney section when he showed the deck, like where the deck came out of, is that a reducer that you can put in there, or is that?
No, that's in there all the time. I don't know why that's even there. It's just to reduce the chamber, make it more flavorful.
Right.
So I'm guessing, Kieron, you can got
Be careful.
You're right on the edge of that, aren't you?
Yeah. The first time I did that, I unscrewed it one more screw, and it went ping, and then
Ping.
lost the spring.
Right.
As if
One
be
of the
careful.
posts is not spring loaded.
That's the one bad thing is those screws are not long enough. The threads. It needs about 1 or 2 turns to get a
Have you
bigger
taken
hold
it
on.
right apart? Have you took this off or not? I won't do it now.
I've not done that yet.
Haven't you? Right.
Steady, Tiger. I've only just got it.
Yeah, well, at least you've put a coil in it. That's more than I have.
I have.
That's pretty good, though. It looks nice. Looks well designed. Just longer screws, you say?
Yeah, just longer screws for the springs. Yeah, because it's.
I do like the
if you're not
knurling.
careful,
I
pop
do like
out.
the knurling on it. It's quite nice. It's kind of got that kind of industrial kind of feel to it.
So
Yeah.
So the airflow. I don't know if you can see this. Come on, get right in there.
There's
The
2 little
airflow is
slots.
quite deep inside there, isn't it? The honeycomb.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's portraying that well enough on the camera. Hopefully it is.
A few reviewers have reviewed it saying there's whistles, but mine doesn't.
Well, I would
Tiny
say
bit.
it does a bit.
Tiny bit.
That's a microphone. Honestly, I can't hear it. You know, I don't like whistles.
It's a microphone. How dare
It's
it
a
pick up
microphone.
noise?
He's like that. He's like trying to be really quiet with it. He's like, I hope I don't
No.
hear this.
What
I don't
diameter
think
is
it's
it? 24 mil. 24 mil, Matthew. 24 mil diameter. So I will for next week. I'll have a coil. I might even do a live build on it next week or something.
It's
So
easy to build
the
on.
coil looks like it's almost like in a V, isn't it? Would you put it in like a
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's go like
like a V shape? That's what it looked like to me. Okay, so
God, the Russians are in here tonight, aren't they? Jesus.
what? I don't get where they get off and all that.
I don't know where they come from.
Chinika's on and off. Go away. Right, put that down there. I have to remember to move it, otherwise I will forget about it. So, anything else new? What else is new?
That's all I got, really.
New? Anything that's new?
Well, we can show this now. I'm not going to get that out yet, but that's the Alexa S.24 mode vape.
Right.
Everyone that's got one is now going, how can I help?
Yeah, I know, that's what I say. Alexa. Yeah.
So I was going to say, have you tried your Honor RDA yet?
I've reviewed it.
Oh, I mean, how do you find it?
I like it. I like it.
It's quite an unusual deck. It's square.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's quite unusual.
Yeah. Dual coil.
What's your review on it? Yes. You look so confused.
I say it's a dual coil RDA, so I use it now and again because I like single coils daily. Dual coils like in the evenings when I'm in the kitchen, below clouds.
Scrolling through chat there at the same time as well. Fat Rabbit, someone says. Who said Fat Rabbit? Magoofer. Magoofer done the same with the bottom ring. Yeah, there's quite a few people have done that with the bottom ring, to be fair, isn't there? I mean, how do you not copy something to a certain extent now when I think most stuff has been done, hasn't it? I can't think of anything we can do, that hasn't been done to some extent. And most people freely admit, when I designed this tank, I copied a bit from here, a bit from there, and a bit from there, and a bit from there, and this is what I came up with. So, they all take sort of other ideas from other people, don't they? Sometimes as a good thing. There's a moose loose about this hoose.
That could be my gerbils that everyone's hearing because the cage is just over there. I know he hears.
I'm quite surprised. I've got the cats, I've got the kids, and it's all really quiet. So nice.
I had to mute the mic and go let the cat out because he was scratching, and I was like, I need to go let him out, or people were like, what the hell is going on? So
trolls out. Yeah, I did answer you, Matthew. I'm sure I did. Yeah, what did I say? 24 mil, didn't I? 24. Yeah, 24 mil. Juice drainage system. What's that all about then?
At the bottom of the building, there's a little hole, so if any juice comes from the coil, it goes back into the wick again, like recirculates. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's a lot like this. This does the same thing. It's got a kind of whatever's not used goes back in. There's a tiny well at the bottom of this.
Right.
Yeah. Same thing. It kind of recycles the juice so you don't lose it. It's quite clever. I think actually the Zeus Sublime tank does that as well. It kind of has like a kind of recycle system because of how it works.
Lynn.
On the stock coil tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the 3 little prongs at the bottom, so it sort of recycles it upwards when you suck on it. Yeah. Suck on it.
Mike Vapes took a Dremel to his. Is he talking about?
He's talking about the atemporal RTA from Dan Vape.
Right.
He's saying that because of the way it comes in at the side there and it hits the honeycomb, it's that honeycomb that makes it whistle. Right. I think it's more the coil than the actual airflow itself. I think the coil might make it whistle.
There is a big gap though between the honeycomb and the outer. That was my thoughts. Just quickly looking at it here, I thought that's a big gap to have there, and that could cause that. It will cause a little bit of sort of turbulence going through. So he dremeled out. What did he dremel out then? The honeycomb.
I've got to stop doing that. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure.
Must have, I suppose.
Dear.
Oh, I haven't seen. Did he make a video of that then? A review?
I think he's reviewed it.
Right.
I think he's reviewed it. There's been 2 or 3 reviews. So
I'd be too
He's
afraid
straight
to
for
take a
wanks.
Dremel to a tank because I would end up destroying it. Because I don't know, like,
when did yours
I've got a
arrive?
Dremel for like cleaning my mix. I've got like the brush attachments and stuff. And if I were to go to town on a tank, I wouldn't know when to stop. I would end up with bits at the end of it. Like, this was a tank at some point.
What were you saying, Kieron?
Saying when did yours arrive? Your temporal? It just arrived 2 days
Saturday.
ago.
I think it's just Royal Mail Saturday. It was in the letterbox.
Was yours stuck in the Netherlands post again, like mine was?
To be honest, I didn't even check the tracking.
Mine's been stuck since the 18th of last month.
She messaged me and said that according to tracking, it's now moved. So she was tracking it more than I was, to be honest. But square deck and a round tank.
Yeah, that's the Honor RDA.
Right.
Sometimes vape.
And Net Vapor as a reviewer for the Alexa RDA. Albert,
Okay.
Good evening to you, Albert Valenti. Late on parade, Albert. Must have a life outside of here. How odd. Right, that's a chat within chat.
Good evening to Ian above the clouds.
What's Ian in? Oh, yeah, there he is. Evening, Ian. Evening to you. How are you?
And to answer your question from earlier, Rufus Kane says, yeah, it's on the video of him using the Dremel on the tank.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, I think you're like this as well, aren't you, Kieron? Probably you are as well, James. I try not to watch anyone's review before I've done something because I don't want to be influenced. I want to find out for myself. Sometimes I'll watch afterwards, after I've done it, and sometimes someone's picked something up I haven't. I thought, I should have noticed that. So that's what does fail you sometimes. But in general, I'd rather form my own opinions.
See, I try that as well, not to watch it, but sometimes you see comments on social medias. I mean, I've not watched these reviews, but I know he reviewed it, and I know he was complaining about whistling because I read it somewhere. Not that I watched it.
If you see me at Expo, I'll be on the Caliburn. There you go.
I got my tickets for Expo.
You're going, are you?
I am, yeah. I'm going Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's a third of us going to Expo then.
Get away from the wife and kids for 2 days.
I'll probably go to the one after. One later on in the year is probably the one I'm going to be going to. Because I'm getting married in the June, and all my pennies are going towards that, the honeymoon, and then the family holiday that's all happening in the same month. So I'll probably be going after that, after I come back from Paris. So there we go.
Yeah. So surely get married in June. That's like almost peak season, isn't it? I suppose July or August is, but
we're getting my like, it's kind of corny, but she wanted to get married on her anniversary. So
being a true Scotsman, I suppose you wish you'd have met her in the sort of November time.
No.
Get it a little bit cheaper.
No, that and the fact that I don't mind it being in the warmer weather, especially if I'm wearing a kilt. Let's put it that way. But how you feel? I'm fine.
I'm trying to think when I got married now. I got married in March because at the time I was playing cricket every Saturday and it was really important to me. And I said, I ain't getting married in the cricket season. I'm not missing a game of cricket. So we got married in March before the cricket season. And it wasn't just that. A lot of my friends were all cricketers playing with me. What would have happened there? They wouldn't have been able to come to the wedding, would they? So that was part of it. I wasn't just being an outright pig. There you go. There you go. Right, I think what's time? We're nearly time for our stocks, isn't it? Our selection for the week. I think there's a lot of these are just chats within chats. I'm trying to pick out if someone. Same thing applies as always. If you've got a question for any of us, just put capital NV or AVC or MEC. They're the quickest, aren't they?
Yeah.
That'll be as I can pick it out quicker then. Looking for an RDA with 0.6mm air holes. Ikey. I'm trying to think. Ambition Mods did a mouth to lung RDA, didn't they? There's the Berserker as well.
You got the Sting, STIG, the Sting. That's mouth to lung as well. God.
Don't think it's 0.6 though.
I'm just thinking of all the kind of mouth to lung style ones that that you can at least adjust the airflow to make it that kind of.
There isn't a whole lot of mouth to lung RDAs, though, is there? Really, Berserker have just done a new one as well, haven't they? They've got two, I think, haven't they?
I think so. I've got Skint's original Berserker up in the attic.
Oh yeah.
It's actually okay. It's if you're going to be my opinion on it, obviously being mouth to lung, is use it on a squonker.
Yeah.
Probably how you're going to get the best regulated or mechanical. It's probably better using it on a squonker because you'll just be constantly dripping. You've got the Anima. That's an 18mm RDA. I've got one of them as well, and that's mouth to lung. It's a cracking little. Sadly enough, it's a dripper, but it's still quite good if you're wanting to do just testing. It's quite a good little RDA as well. I don't think
I agree with Russ.
You
agree with Russ? I can't think of another one.
I reviewed this thing and it wasn't really tight mouth to lung. I can't remember what the size of the holes were, but it wasn't tight.
That little Ambition Mods one, which I've got on here somewhere. In fact, I've got more than one. I've got some. I never did put them on the website, I only got like a handful or 10 of them or something. I never did put them on the website. I just remembered. So, I'm terrible.
You also have a whole warehouse full of stuff you never put on the site, just hidden in the back.
Sometimes I get so busy. I mean, you've got some coils, Kieron. I haven't had time to put them on the website either yet, and I'd forgotten I'd given them to you.
Daniel said, don't say anything. I said, I got them about 2 weeks ago. What are you about?
Yeah.
Going a bit senile, aren't you?
Rasper, the Etna RDA was okay.
I won't give it away, but that really, really small coil that you sent me, I won't say what it was, that is really good for the Neo RBA because that is a real small build deck.
It is, yeah. It's
that one you sent me.
Good for the 2 mil internal diameter coil, isn't it, Kieron?
Yeah. Okay, 2 mil. 2 mil in that diameter coil in the Neo RBA, and that's pushing it. It's so small.
Yeah.
It's so small.
Yeah.
It's
just another option. Some people like that smaller coil, don't they? So it's just another option.
Daniel says he's obviously speaking to you directly, Mark.
Skyfall, we haven't. I don't think we've got them now. I think they're all sold. But I think the Skyfall was a bit more open than that. I can't remember. Got one of them up there as well somewhere. Could have a look. Could have a look.
I'm trying to think myself now. It's like you said, it's like they come out in the market, they have a tiny little buzz, then they're just forgotten about because most of the time RDAs are all about big clouds, tons of flavour. So yeah, they do obviously kind of disappear out your head. Absolutely.
They do.
There's been a few suggestions in chat, and that's the benefit of this little show, really, that some of the customers' knowledge is better than ours in certain areas, and that's brilliant that you all participate and can think of a suggestion for someone. Neil Pitts put your comment up.
It's got to a stage now where I review so much stuff that you forget.
I know.
You do. You forget because you get a product and you review it, and then you're doing something else, and you forget.
BP Mods Bushido. I rarely use that. I don't use RDAs that much, to be fair.
There's another V2 for that as well now, the Bushido. Is it no V2 Bushido as well? I'm sure there is.
No.
In fact, the V3 isn't there? V2 and V3.
well,
V3.
Yeah.
I promise, Mark Trigwell. I promise I will get them on the site. I promise. I'll do
He
it.
won't.
I'll do it
He won't.
by next Tuesday. They will be on the site. They will, and then Kieron can.
Me and Kieron will shout at him until he does it.
I'll tell you what else I've got,
To do it.
which I haven't put on the site yet, is the Dot Mod V2. I've got them as well. I haven't put them on the site yet. I just haven't had time. So
I'm not going down that road.
yeah, you will.
I won't.
Yeah, you will.
No, I'll stick with the billet style. No, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, you
He
will.
says as he receives one through the door, like,
I have actually ordered 2 more bridges, but I won't say what they are yet to arrive. And one was a bit more than
You've definitely went down the rabbit hole.
One was a bit more money than my £80 limit. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he's went down the border rabbit hole. Bye bye, Kieran. We'll see you later.
Stuart Dill, Mark, what do you think of the Launcher Mini mouth to lung tank? I haven't tried the Launcher Mini. Anyone tried it?
No.
Nope. James? Nope.
No, I just hope it's got the same feature as the original. That's the one, obviously, you take the top cap off and the coil pops out the top.
Yeah,
There's a
It's like spring loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you literally twist the top cap or the mouthpiece and you lift it and the coil actually comes out the top.
Yeah. So it was a clever idea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All these people asking what about the Kugu
Quagga Gamma.
Oh, the Gamma.
You've got it.
That's
You
not
have it.
RDA, but what about it? That's on. No, that's not on the site either yet, is it? No, thank you, Rasper.
You've had that for 2 weeks.
I know. I just get.
He's going off camera to write post-it notes, put this on site,
I
put this on site.
I put these on the site the weekend. The trouble is, I work all week as well. I work really long hours, and I just don't get time sometimes. Literally don't get time.
Lee's asking you, was it the spiral?
Yes, it was. Thank you, Lee. It's a spiral, and if that interests you, I have got some. So not many. I've got probably half a dozen or 10 or something. I'm sure I know where they are. But I'll find them.
And John the Vaping Joker, the new Steam Crave RMI is a classic mouth-to-lung RTA is good. Yes, it is. Because I got that. Really enjoying that one.
There you go.
Right. Does that, obviously, if it's the classic, does it
I'm
still
not
have
going to
the
say,
rubber?
Lynn, what it is I've ordered. Lynn's trying to guess what I've ordered. I'm not going to tell you.
I know, Lynn, but I can't remember.
Do you know some things I order I don't review because I just order them for myself?
Well, you were talking about I was going to say the classic. Does it still have that rubber AFC ring on it? Have they went back to that, or are they using the metal airflow?
Metal.
Is it
Metal.
Sorry, the wife's just walked in. I'm saying hello.
Evening. You're right, Rasper. I do need admin. I do need more staff. Although we get by. I mean, I never let people down customer wise. It's this.
Oh, yeah.
It's more letting myself down, not putting things on the site. I always make sure the customers are all sorted out and looked after well. But anyway, right, 9:30 has arrived. Where's my I haven't got a bumper as such. I've got a thumbnail. There you go. All information and opinions discussed on the show are for entertainment purposes only and are in no way to be considered financial advice. There we go. That's got that out of the way. Right. Last week, we didn't have a show, but I still had a selection, and I selected last week. Let's get my phone on so I can show everybody. I'll get it to the right page, I think, as well, so people don't see not something they shouldn't, essentially, but right. Where's my phone? Where's my phone on the thing? Here it is. And it will arrive. Yeah, last week I went for a company called Lemonade at the top there, look, in the pink. And I must have got that one right because it's gone up 11.5% since I bought that last week. And I did put a little thing up and said my stock selection for this week will be lemonade. And the week before, I said it's going to be like a fizzy drink. So that was my clue. Lemonade are an insurance company doing something a little bit different with insurance. It's not like a standard insurance. It's more like artificial intelligence for insurance. Company I've followed for a long time and I know a little bit about, and I've also made it my personal stock a nice little chunk from Lemonade. So thank you, Lemonade, very much. It's one of those stocks I've always found them quite easy to follow the gains and losses, and I've sort of bought and sold at a time where I think that's too expensive now, and they've come down. I've rebought again, so it's been quite useful. All in all, what difference a couple of weeks makes? I got a bit of green. Look at that, James. Green.
Yeah, it's quite good. So remember the last one you saw, and it was literally just the Red Sea.
It was a
That's
sea
all
of
you
red.
had.
And Cloudflare, third one down, I think as soon as I bought it, it lost 25%. I was like, oh, and that's even now bounced back up. So I just bought that the wrong time, but never mind. But yeah, you can read for yourself where they all are. My selection for this week is going to be, you can see, look at all the ones that I've had on my short list. Look how well they've been doing, and I could have had any one of those. Look, anyway, I'll stop you looking too much. You might copy what I'm doing. I can't have you copying my homework. This one has already gone up quite a bit today, I think, UiPath, but it was one that I was always going to do. So I'll do that on the screen in front of everybody. £10. Review order, confirm by. Oh, Face ID, off you go. Yeah, in real time. That's in the queue. Okay, so that will be now bought. And UiPath, again, is artificial intelligence. Once that gets bought, that will come up on the screen there. So, in fact, have I got a little... Just take my phone off for a second. If I can find it again. I should have this easier to find than it is. Right, there you go. Take that off there. Bring that up. God, I got some stuff on here. Let's get rid of some of that. This is where I have to move so much stuff to get things where I want them. Right. If I now go to... Even in 2 weeks, you lose track, don't you? Where's my share screen? Share screen. Kieron, I want you to do this one week because I can go...
I haven't got a clue how to do these things. I've got a share screen button. I don't want to touch it.
Is it this one? Yeah, but I don't want that. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Hang on. This is what I've done. Right. Hang on. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, no, I don't need to. I don't need to. Sorry. I'm talking absolute tosh. I have got a picture of it somewhere. Where is that? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Smooth as silk, this presentation, folks. Just smooth as silk.
Don't go on the Dragon's Den, whatever you do.
Here it is. Right, here's UiPath. All I've done, when I select stocks, I don't really go into too much detail of what I'm, you can just get bogged down in it. I use quite a simple, straightforward method. And I basically take a line from the top, from their peak at the time of the last of their phase, and I draw it down when they've gone down. I'd always like to buy stocks after they've finished going down or gone down a reasonable way to get a bit of value. And you can see there was a false breakout in November where it peaked and then dropped straight back under that line again. But it's just popped out again, look, UiPath, and I'm just hoping that is the turnaround point. You never know. It could well be wrong, but the odds are going to be more in my favour, I think, which is what I tend to do. And it served me quite well. Quite a simple process, but served me quite well. And silver's going up, finally. Finally. God, I was beginning to wonder if it ever would. I think all this to do with Russia and Ukraine, I think that bumped silver and gold up, but it's the uncertainty, not knowing. I never quite understand why that would be. But a thought did occur. If you talk to someone young, their version of gold would be Bitcoin, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, gold's for old men, Bitcoin's for young men. It's what the old gold was. But I thought if there was a world sort of disaster and you had to go and barter with someone, at least if you've got gold, you can say, I'll give you this gold for whatever, for your car, so I can get out of there. You can't, if there's like disaster and power cut and everything, you can't exactly say, well, I've got Bitcoin on the PC. Surely that's all right.
The metaverse has all my transactions, has all my value.
I just thought of that the other day, and I thought it's
true.
A bit weird. Isn't it?
Another one I found really unusual, and I've only just started reading into it, is NFTs. That's a really weird one. Like, you can own a physical picture of something. And it's like numbers. I'm like, that's a weird one. I'm like, what?
Do you know what I think you're doing? I know exactly what you mean, James. So I looked at them, and you basically buy a picture, but it's not even a physical picture. It's on a screen, isn't it? I mean, you're buying a fart, aren't you? Surely. That's all you're doing. What is it? And
essentially, from what I understand, obviously, again, I'm obviously still in the baby steps of NFTs just to understand them. But you're essentially buying its serial number that's encoded on the picture.
Yeah.
You know, like when you take a picture, like on your phone, it says image dot, say iPhone .1105 something or other. It's that actual code that you're buying. They just give you the picture along with it.
Yeah. It's bizarre, isn't it? It is bizarre. There was so many stocks actually I wanted to go for this week. You can't go for them all. The rules are £10 a week and that's it. Some weeks you'll think, I don't really know. But this week I could have probably bought 8. But, you know, I had to select that down to 1. Mike, I'm up £8.02 this week after a loss last week. Well, there you go. The profit's a profit. Don't knock it. Another 12 quid, Mike, and you'll be able to buy one of these. Oh, dear. Something's that's right, a message come through on my watch, which I forgot to take off.
Oh, God, not your watch.
I just put mine on silent. I need to teach you how to do that.
You do, you really do. I was just reading there that Graham says value lemonade, value. Always go for value. Always like a bit of value.
Lemonade?
Lemonade. Yeah, Kieron went for it as well.
Yeah, but mine's homemade.
Yeah. Message, you might have answered that. I'm not sure. Rasper for you, Kieron?
Yeah, I've already answered that.
You have?
I have, yeah.
Was that during our shares thing?
Yeah.
Multitasking. These stocks got me up to my neck in it. Oh, you value custard.
Was that Pornhub?
I was saying, anyone else see Pornhub then? That was when I put the home screen up, wasn't it? If you can see anything on that, it's the busiest home screen you've ever seen in your life. So, yeah, if you can see it, then good luck to you. And goodbye, Mr. Russian. He's probably already been banned. But
There's been quite a few of them tonight.
Has there? Yeah. There you go. Anyone else? Power cut. What's this? I'll just put it on the screen. Yeah, okay. Here, Rufus is obviously a Bitcoin fan. Exactly why it goes up, Mark. Accepted anyway. I guess you're talking about, but I'm not knocking Bitcoin because horses for courses. I don't. It doesn't. I nearly bought it when it was about 14,000. I wish I had now because went up to 60 and back down to 40 odd, I think. But I'm not knocking it if that floats your boat and you understand it. But personally, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. It's a number on a computer screen, and I like something more tangible that I've got.
Physical.
Yeah.
Something physical. Yeah.
Personally, I do. Yeah, and yeah, I've missed out, and that's fine. I wouldn't say I'm happy to miss it. No one likes missing out, but I just buy what I'm comfortable with, what I understand, and that can serve you well, it can serve you badly. But I do think if you put 100 people, just the first 100 that have bought Bitcoin together and said, explain Bitcoin to me, tell me what it is, I bet you not many of them could.
No, they don't. They just know the value of it.
But they've all bought it, and they know it goes up, they know it goes down. But if you say, what is it? Tell me exactly what it is. They wouldn't. A lot of people wouldn't be able to tell you. So that's quite odd, isn't it?
So I think the weirdest thing I've heard, like something being bought, virtually bought, was, again, like this is obviously just looking at watching like other YouTubers. Someone actually bought a virtual house in the metaverse, which is obviously where Bitcoin and all this kind of stuff is.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so you've bought something that's not actually real. Like it's
You're never going to live there in real.
Virtual house.
Yeah,
I got Rufus wrong. He was on about gold, not Bitcoin. So he was on the gold side. That's why it always goes up. Yeah, well, yeah, God's money, Rufus. It's been the same for thousands of years that people have traded gold. So,
well, like you said, Mark, if you've got all your investments online and all digital, what happens when you lose all the power?
Yeah.
What happens when it's all gone? You've got nothing. It's gone.
Yeah,
it's not physical.
No, and it is. You need something to barter with if you're in that sort of.
What do you do?
In those circumstances, which a lot of people in this modern day and age wouldn't even comprehend that could ever happen. But there is a chance it could, a chance, very small chance, but there's a chance, and at least if you've got something like it'd be like bartering with your mobile phone, wouldn't it? I'm the only one who's got one. I want your car for my mobile phone.
Yeah,
that is something to barter with. But to say, so I've got Bitcoin on a screen.
I want this picture of this monkey eating a golden banana. It's worth this
or
money.
a picture of James's monkey on an NFT. Yeah, again, just
no.
Do you ever think like these NFTs? Surely that's money laundering, isn't it? It's got to be. It's just got to be a way.
In my opinion, I think it is. It's just weird. It's a weird thing. I'm just looking at it going, you own a picture, but you could easily just save the picture onto your phone and say, look, I have this picture. It's so weird, man.
See, I feel sorry for the bookies at the races or at horse races because they used to have to do all the money laundering, didn't they? now they're out of a job, aren't they? Oh dear.
Place all my NFTs on this horse. Slide your mobile over.
Yeah.
I like Rufus there. Don't get a shit coin.
Oh dear.
That's absolute carnage.
IBS went down the tubes. Good value. Yeah, righto. Anyway, that'll do for shares. We're nearly at the end. So it was 9:45, isn't it? Time has flown again. So other than the fact that I must put the dot mods V2s on the site, and I think I am late on that, and I think a lot of people want to.
Don't forget to get my RTA as well, yeah.
And the RTAs, yeah, and the coils. So
and the coils.
Things to do list. I get moaned at enough as it is with Tina. She's like, "You're going to stop working at some point. What? You're going to come and sit with me?" So Yeah, and obviously having mother not very well has took a lot of my time as well. Just seems a lot at the minute, doesn't it? There's a lot of,
It is. It's awful.
Silly things. It's just things that burden you. Fuel prices. You like I filled up my van. It used to take 60 quid. So I'd put 60 in because it was the VAT was easy, 50 plus VAT, so I could write the VAT book out really quickly. But now I thought, well, that's gone up a lot. I'm going to have to put a bit more in. So the natural next step was £72 because of 60 quid plus VAT, isn't it? And that's easy to work that one out. And it took it, and there was still it was only between 3/4 and full, so it took more. So it's just people were. Remember when fuel went up before, and everyone blockaded the fuel refineries and everything else. It was loads cheaper then than it is now, but people don't seem bothered, do they? This time,
No.
Whether it's because it's a general thing and it's worldwide, and not just our taxes, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is.
I think it's just becoming the new normal because, like, obviously energy is going up. Just the cost of living in general is going up. And it's
those people that watched this show over a year ago when I did say that one of two things will happen: either the interest rate will go up, or we'll have massive inflation, or both. But interest rate won't go up for long because I'll crash everything. That's born true, hasn't it? Even I didn't think it'd go up this much. I didn't think it would go up as much as it is. I mean, I was looking at coffee the other day. It doubled.
It's like what when I heard obviously all the prices of especially the energy bills that are going up and like heating was going up, I automatically thought of like families who are like less fortunate, like
You're
either
absolutely
beneath.
right,
I'm not talking about on the breadline because they can get by. I'm talking about people beneath that, thinking you're going to actually have to choose between feeding your, if they've got children, either feeding your children or putting heating on.
Yeah,
it's insane. I was like, this is not going to stand very well with anybody.
No.
Yeah, it's unfortunately the poorer people that are going to really suffer for this. Unfortunately, it really is. As normal, really, in a lot of cases. And the pensioners. What happened to this triple lock system that was part of a manifesto that they were going to make sure they were never in this position again? No, banned that, got rid of it, didn't suit us. Shameful. What's the point of a manifesto if you don't keep to anything you said?
It's like, I don't know what everyone else's opinion with pensioners in chat is, but for me, because of granted, obviously respect your elders and what have you, but those people, like depending on their age, obviously went through a war, and some of them served this country on the front lines. They were in the army. I just don't understand.
Time to stand. Is that a message? Have I got to stand in politics?
Absolutely. And I think obviously they looked after us in our biggest time of need, and it's our turn to look after them in their time of need. If that's you having to offer them to use your house so they can get heat and a warm meal, then that's what you've got to do, because it's the right thing to do, because they, if it weren't for them, obviously Germany would have maybe won the war. You never know, all that kind of stuff. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
If any of my neighbours here struggle, I'm at, what do you need? You've got it. Like, what do you need? Do you need bread for your kids? You need milk for your kids? I'll go buy it for you. If you've not got the money, I'll go do whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
right.
I don't know.
It's just madness. That's all I'm saying. It's absolute madness.
Yeah, Rufus says blockade when it went to a quid. What a diesel now? It's like 154. I think I paid the other day a litre.
Wow,
nuts. Mike, what's that mean? If you don't eat your meat, how can you have any pudding?
Any pudding?
What's that mean?
is that a chat within chat within chat?
What's that mean?
That's part of the metaverse there. I have no idea what that was all about.
Boris Ut.
Sooner or later, we'll be out.
Move towards electric vehicles starting to have an effect. Oh, yes, Guy. But I saw on Facebook the other day, and you know when, oh, God, those two, Ant and Dick, I couldn't think of their names. You know when they do like this comedy thing, and they'll say, now ask him this, now ask him that, now ask him the other. They had electric cars. Now double the price of electricity. It's funny it was. Just struck me as funny, that one. And it's true, isn't it? They push it towards electric cars, and now electricity is like doubling to buy it.
Exactly.
Crazy. We'll be going back to steam.
You can't win, can you, in a way?
No, you can't win. You can't win.
You can't do solar power in the UK because nobody's car will work.
Bring back
Don't have
Europe.
enough sunlight.
Bit late for bring back Europe now, I think.
I'm not going to say my opinion. I think it's a big mistake we ever left the EU.
Bring Boris. Yeah, well, that was all.
Obviously, you were saying obviously we never should have left the EU because my theory was like way back when this first like the whole Brexit thing started. I initially thought, and this was just myself, like I thought it to myself. I thought it was going to be a case of obviously going into Brexit where we are now. And then I originally thought Scotland were going to go independent and then go back into the EU. That's what I originally thought would have happened. Because I knew Nicola Sturgeon at that time. I don't know where she stands now because I'm not really following Scottish politics right now. But she was like, we need to stay in the EU, we're better together, all this kind of stuff. So that's what I originally thought would have happened.
You'd probably go for it again. I want you to get independence. I think that you're going to do it again, Scotland.
Oh, they will.
Sooner or later. Of course, it will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone in chat, I think, is pretty much agreeing with us, all full of doom and despondency. Daniel does that on purpose, you know, makes that message as big as he can so it fills the screen. But yeah, 24 thumbs up. Come on, boys, you can do better than that, I'm sure. I show you these valuable stocks that you can all copy and make loads of money. I wish. Yeah, so anything, what's new coming up review-wise for you two then? You got much coming up? I know Kieron will have.
Tomorrow. This is going up tomorrow.
That's the RDA, isn't it?
That's the Valhalla B2.
Yeah.
I've got the Valkyrie to do. I'm definitely doing it on Thursday. I've made plans and put things in place so that I can do that because obviously with my wee one having chicken pox, everything was basically pushed to the side and focusing on him and getting him better. So on Thursday, Valkyrie will be done and it will go up on the same day. And whatever comes next after that.
And you got your Artemis lined up, ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to tell me to pull the trigger and it'll go straight on YouTube. The thumbnails, everything's done. Thumbnails done. Because I was like, has it been released yet? I keep looking to go, is it released yet? I'm like, no. Obviously, so I've been put in quite a unique position. I'm a small reviewer who's got something that's not even out yet. And I just want to do right by everybody. So when it comes to it and they say, oh, I obeyed the rules, maybe they'll think of me again, that kind of thing. So that's why I'm playing by the book.
Playing by the book.
I'm the same. I've got all my social media pictures ready to go up and they're just not done anything. just waiting. That's not doing anything.
Yeah, but at least you're prepared. I think
I got turned off once before from Ray Presso a while ago.
If you think that the markets years ago, you know, the products used to be, I think they're a good example, Pirelli tyres, right? They would tell you about a new tyre coming out. And that would be a year later that tyre actually came out, yet certain people got them to drive them, to test them. There was all this hype about it. And then when they came out, they sold bucketfuls of these tyres. But now we tend to just chuck a new product out, don't we? There's no hype. There's no
build up, is there?
No, it's none. And then there's a version 2 in 2 weeks' time.
That's why I hate sometimes you get something that's like version 1 and you're about to review it and you hear the version 2 is coming next week.
Yeah.
What? Why?
I haven't reviewed the first one yet. So what was the last thing that a version... You had that recently, didn't you? Version 2 or something. What was it, Kieron?
Which one? I've had quite a few version 2s.
You had something quite recently. That wasn't the Vandy Vape thing, was it? It was...
What, that I've reviewed or that I'm going to review?
I think you were going to review it and they brought a version 2 out before you'd even done it. There was something you were saying.
Oh, God, yeah. I remember what you're saying there.
And you said, do you want me to do this now then, or wait, or what?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Yeah, you're right, because I was getting to record and they sent me an email saying, oh, the next one's coming out in about 3 weeks' time. And I thought, I can't remember what it was. Can't remember what it was, no.
No, I can't now, but...
Well,
Mike,
the last V2 thing I did was the velocity, and that was nearly a year and a half ago now. And I knew that there wasn't going to be another one after that because that was kind of V1, V2, and that was it, done and dusted.
Yeah. I suppose, I mean, these have done it, haven't they, with these pods? But I can excuse that because if there was leaking issues with the first pods and the second lot of pods fit the main body, so you'd be buying those pods anyway, I think that's quite acceptable. I think that's, if they'd have made the whole thing different, I think that would have been bad. But,
yeah, it is good that it's cross-compatible.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely.
Vape Press will do that a lot as well, don't they?
There's a hole. Oh, I see. There's 2 holes on either side of that one. I'm going to have to pull one of these coils apart. I want to know how they put so much good flavour into this thing. I really am going to have to pull one apart. So, the time has come. The time we say our goodbyes. We're on time tonight, coming on, so we can be on time leaving. I think we've got justification in that.
Makes a change.
Who went first? Yeah. James did. See us out, James. You go first to see us out.
No worries. So to everyone in chat, thank you very much for joining us this evening. It's good to see you all here. Good to see a lot of old names and a lot of new people in as well. Please come back, and if you're watching on the replay, drop us a lot of thumbs up to Mark and to Kieron. Great as always. Good to have a laugh on a Tuesday night. It's a good way to kind of break up the week. I'll see you guys all next week, and I'll pass it over to Kieron.
Yeah, the same. Thanks everyone in chat for joining in. I've enjoyed all the comments. We all saw that last week. Like I said, we all had issues, and these things happen. But we'll be back here again next week. I'll pass on to Mark.
Excellent stuff. I'll definitely either have this up and running for next week, or I'll build it on.
By the time that's up and running, I'll have reviewed it.
It's all right. We don't rush in Norfolk. We just can't do it. It's not capable. We're not capable. Yeah, thanks everyone for your input as well in chat, helping out with that RDA and things like that. It's always really beneficial and helpful when you do that. Thanks to the Russians. Look forward to seeing you next week.
That's done, yeah.
A whole new fresh set of you that I can freshly ban again. So it must take longer to set those accounts up than it does for me to just hit ban or Daniel or Kieron. Mad. I don't know why people would do it. So yeah, and next week will be obviously another stocks. Hopefully there'll be a flurry of more green in my chart, which would be nice if that happens. And everybody stay safe. I hope everyone keep warm, stay safe. Till next week. See you later. Take care. Bye for now.